Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate your leadership the last number of years, and we also will miss Mr. Waxman, and I think we'll have at some point a formal recognition of both of your service. So I'm from the auto state. I'm sorry to say that it has been a bad year for auto safety. The latest danger for drivers, malfunctioning airbags that in fact can shoot shrapnel through the air and make a bad accident even worse. Drivers are being told that their vehicle is subject to a recall, but there are not enough parts to fix it, and if they do get a replacement, that airbag may be subject to the same safety failure in the future because we still don't know if the root problem has been addressed. There are still lots of questions surrounding these airbag defects and recalls, and today we all want some answers. The American people deserve to have confidence that the cars that they drive are safe and that the industry and the government are doing everything that they can do to improve safety. The first question that has to be determined is whether or not it's a design flaw for the airbag or is it a manufacturing issue. Until that question is answered, you're not going to be able to resolve the issue. Unfortunately, deadly auto defects and massive recalls are not new subjects for this committee. I've listened to and led multiple recall hearings ranging from the Ford Firestone crisis to the Toyota floor mat problem, obviously to the GM ignition switch debacle earlier this year. And over a decade ago, I authored the Bipartisan Tread Act so that we could help catch and then fix defects sooner and avoid the kind of disaster that we're facing today. Yet here we are again. Tread Act was very simple, requiring manufacturers to report the information needed to help NHTSA quickly identify vehicle defects and remove flawed cars from the road right away. Our goal was to prevent injuries and save lives, but we need industry and NHTSA to do their part. Cars are safer today, but not because a company hires lawyers and consultants to avoid reporting safety incidents. I'm going to ask some tough questions regarding what we've read and heard about Honda manipulating the system to report as little as possible. Companies need to know that there isn't anything safe about shorting safety. We need more automakers to make safety a priority and institute safety incentives. In the case of GM, they acknowledged their safety failure. Their CEO volunteered to testify, and they hired a new safety officer to implement company-wide culture changes. I'd like to see that same level of urgency, that same admission of mistakes, and that same commitment to do better today. Complex safety technology can lead to complex problems, and the Takata airbag issues are indeed complex. There were manufacturing issues and there were handling issues, and as soon as one problem was identified, it seemed like another sprang up, sort of like whack-a-mole. And now we're waiting to find out if humidity is the issue or if there are other manufacturing concerns. In the meantime, testing is slow, and we are short on replacement parts. What is worse, no one can say for sure that the replacement parts are any safer than the originals. We may be right back here after the replacement parts have reached their humidity half-life. But complexity is not an excuse for incompetence. We need to make sure that companies and regulators can keep pace with innovation. We need a regulatory agency that breeds confidence and offers solutions, not one that is often part of the problem. To our witnesses, I pose this question. What should I say to the mom in Michigan who asked me if she and her family are safe behind the wheel? Families across the country expect safety devices in their vehicles to work. They expect them to provide life-saving protection that they can count on in the event of an accident, and they expect that problems from earlier models be reported and fixed, and they expect to be able to get a defect repaired when they find out about it. But sadly, I don't think I can give that assurance right now. One thing is for sure, we've got a lot of issues to resolve. I want to again thank Chairman Terry for calling this hearing to start the process. I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart for his service as a leader of this subcommittee and wish him well in the future, and yield back my time.